Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra, Unit 7.2 Notes, Day 2. Today we're talking about special products of polynomials. Our learning target today is to be able to multiply special case polynomials. Now, before we get started, let's go over a little reminder. 2x squared times 3x is what? Well, remember we multiply the coefficients, the number out front, so 2 times 3 is 6. And then we add the exponents. Remember that x technically has an exponent of 1, so 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay? 2x squared plus 3x, you can only combine like terms or things that have the same variable and the same exponent. Since these are not the same exponent, you can't combine them. So you would leave that the exact same. Okay? And the last one, the 2x squared plus 3x squared, since it's like terms, you add the coefficients and the variable and the exponent stay the same. Okay, we have to remember this. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on these notes. So, first thing we're going to talk about is over here, the exponents and the monomials. Remember that you can distribute an exponent to a monomial, okay? And the key thing to remember is that monomials do not have addition or subtraction. Example 1 is what we did last chapter, okay? When we distribute, we make sure that everything has an exponent. Our bases stay the same, and our exponent changes. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 times 3 is 6. And we always want to reduce our final answer, okay? I know what 5 squared is. 5 squared is 5 times 5, which is 25. And since we don't know the rest of that, it all stays the same, okay? Now, what we have to be careful with, oops, wrong page, is the exponents in the polynomials, okay? Because you cannot distribute an exponent to polynomials, okay? And polynomials have addition or subtraction, okay? When we're talking about polynomials, it's binomials, trinomials, polynomials, okay? This is a big change to what we've done in the past, okay? You can't just be like, woo, I'm going to distribute. Can't do that, okay? And I'll prove it to you why in a second. But remember, if something is squared, 3 squared is 3 times 3, okay? You repeat the base. So if our base is x plus 3 and it's squared, what that means is you're multiplying x plus 3 times x plus 3. Okay? So in example 2, it means that I have 2 of the base. So this is really saying 5x plus 3 times 5x plus 3. Okay, and in between those two, it's multiplication. And this is what we were doing yesterday. Okay, so when we distribute, 5x times 5x is 25x squared. I'm drawing each line as I multiply. 5x times 3 is 15x. 3 times 5 is 15x. And the last one, 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, the last step would be to combine our like terms. And our like terms Up, our final answer, we get 25x squared plus 30x plus 9. Okay, and that would be a quadratic trinomial. Okay, now here's the reason why we can't distribute. So if we have 5x plus 3 squared, if we were to just distribute that, we would get 25x squared plus 9. Okay, so let's pick a number. Someone tell me, what does x equal? Shout it out. Well, what I heard someone say is, I heard someone say, let's let x equal 2. Okay, so here's our original. We have 5 times 2 plus 3 squared. And then the other way that we're going to do this is the 25. Let me change the colors real quick. 25 times 2 squared plus 9. Okay, let's worry about the gray first. Order of operations. Inside the parentheses, we have to do multiplication. 5 times 2 is 10. And 10 plus 3 is 13. And 13 squared is 169. So if they mean the same thing, I should get 169 for the purple, right? Okay, well, we have to do exponents first. 2 squared is 4. 25 times 4 is 100. And 100 plus 9 is 109. And guys, last time I checked, those aren't equal. Okay? That's why we cannot distribute. Okay? We have to do the 5x plus 3 times 5x plus 3. Okay, so reading our directions, it says to find the product and simplify. Find the product and simplify. Write your answers in standard form. So I'm going to do the box for some of these, and then I'm going to do standard form, or the distribution for the others. Okay, so let's start with doing the box. Remember that exponent, the 2 right here, says that I need 2 of those. So I'm always going to write it out like that. So it's w plus 5 times w plus 5. And this is a binomial times a binomial. So w plus 5 and w plus 5. Okay, so w times w is w squared. W times 5 is plus 5w. 5w times w is plus 5w. And then 5 times 5 is a positive 25. Okay? Now, if you want to write it all out, you can. Or you can just go ahead and combine your like terms right away. And when you do that, you get w squared plus 10w plus 25, because 5w plus 5w gives us 10w. Okay? All right, let's move on to example number 2. So remember that means 3x minus 8 times 3x minus 8. So now let's distribute. 3x times 3x is 9x squared. 3x times negative 8 is negative 24x. Remember, that's a negative 8 times 3 is negative 24x. And then negative 8 times negative 8 is a positive 64. Okay? Now look at your like terms. Guys, those don't cancel out. Okay? Negative 24 minus 24, because we're just looking at the coefficients, is negative 48x plus 64. Okay? All right, and at any time you want to try one of these on your own, just pause the video. Okay? So remember, the exponent tells us how many we have. 6n minus 7 times 6n minus 7. Okay? We're going to do the box method. So I have a binomial times a binomial. 6n minus 7, and then 6n minus 7. Why don't you guys see if you can multiply and get everything out on your own? So pause the video, and we'll go over it in a sec. Okay, so you should get 36n squared minus 42n minus 42n plus 49. The next step would be to combine your like terms. And when we combine our like terms, we get 36n squared minus 84n plus 49. Okay? All right, number 4. Don't be scared with number 4 because it's got a bunch more variables. Okay? My exponent is 2. So we've got 9m minus 2n times 9m minus 2n. Okay, well, what's 9 times 9? 9 times 9 is 81, and then m times m is m squared. All right, let's worry about the coefficients first. 9 times negative 2 is negative 18, but what's m times n? I don't know, do you? Well, they're just variables, so when we're multiplying variables, we can just put them right next to each other. Negative 2n times 9m, we're having the same situation. Well, negative 2 times 9 is negative 18. And then I'm going to put the variables in alphabetical order. Okay? And then the last, negative 2n times negative 2n. Well, a negative times a negative is a positive. 2 times 2 is 4. And then n times n is n squared. Okay, that last part we have to be very careful about. Okay? Now, the next thing we need to do is combine our like terms. Those are like terms, guys. They're both negative 18mn. Okay, it's same variables. 81m squared, and then just combine the coefficients, which gives us negative 36mn plus 4n squared. Okay, we always want to write our variables in alphabetical order. That's why m squared comes first, then mn, and then the n squared. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and flip it over. Number 5, I want you guys to do all the multiplying. If you're going to do, I'll do box method for this. You can do whatever method you want to, but see if you can do it all on your own. Good luck. Pause the video. Okay, so once again, we're multiplying. And after you do everything, you should get n squared minus 12n plus 12n minus 144. Now, let's take a look at our like terms. What happens to our like terms in this situation? They cancel out because they're both 12s, they're both n's, one's positive, one's negative. So we're left with n squared minus 144. Okay. Let's try the next one. Now we're going to do distribution. Okay, 6 times 6 is 36 y squared. 6 times positive 1 gives us a positive 6y. negative 1 times positive 6 gives us a negative 6y. And negative 1 times positive 1 gives us negative 1. Okay, let's combine our like terms. And what happens here? Those cancel, and then we're left with 36y squared minus 1. All right, number 7. Why don't you guys try number 7 all on your own? Pick whichever method you like to do best, okay? Pause the video and good luck. Okay, remember, just because there are two variables involved in that doesn't mean you should freak out, okay? 3x times negative 7y would be negative 21xy. Just remember to put the variables in alphabetical order, okay? And now let's look to combine our like terms. When we combine those like terms, they cancel out, and we're left with 9x squared minus 49y squared, okay? Okay, number 8, you're all on your own. Just remember to write it in standard form. Okay, the variable comes first. Pause the video and good luck. Okay, when you're all done with that, you should get negative 81w squared plus 64. Okay? All right. Now the fun one. This is a challenge problem. This is one that you would see on a test or quiz for extra credit. Okay? When you're multiplying a 3 by 3 like this, I would definitely use the box method. Okay? So if you want to try it, go ahead, pause the video. Okay, there's the answer. How'd you guys do? All right. If you really want to know how to do this and you didn't get it right, come see Ms. Carranza or myself. We would love to help you out. That's why we get paid the big bucks. Otherwise, that's it for Algebra, Unit 7.2 Notes, Day 2. Thanks for watching.